time has expired and yields back, and the chair now recognizes the gentlelady from Iowa's 1st District for 5 minutes for questions.
Thank you, Chairman Latta and Ranking Member Castor, for holding this important hearing on the fiscal year 2026 Department of Energy budget. Secretary Wright, I appreciate your leadership as we work to restore American energy dominance and ensure our nation's energy security. Unlike the last 4 years of the previous administration, where we were in energy subtraction mode, we are now in energy addition mode. And the President's budget reflects the important priorities spurring critical investments in our national security that I strongly support. We face unprecedented growth in electricity demand, driven largely by AI, data centers, and advanced manufacturing, and we must ensure that the DOE's programs support a diverse and resilient energy portfolio that maintains reliability and affordability while fostering innovation. And Iowa is one of those states that is an energy addition. With the NERC projecting potential demand increases of up to 151 gigawatts over the next decade, we need to ensure Department of Energy's programs are laser focused on innovation and commercialization, and I look forward to working with you on that. Secretary Wright, you're requesting $750 million in new credit subsidy while cutting administrative expenses in half. The program currently has 122 applications totaling $216.7 billion in requested funding. Can you explain how you'll be able to process these through the pipeline and how you're going to address that issue with a decrease in personnel?
Yeah, thank you for the question, Representative. And in the department, of course, there's always massively more requests than we can achieve. You know, if you offer low-cost money, there's a lot of customers for that. So I think key for us is to focus in on which are the projects can bring the greatest benefit to the American energy system and the American taxpayers. And yeah, the Loan Program Office with the current budget request is shrinking. Personally, I'd love to see it a little bit bigger than in the current plans right now. But boy, I certainly understand the Congress's and the American taxpayers' extreme frustration with the Loan Program Office that was used wildly, irresponsibly in the last 4 years, and particularly in the 76 days after the election and before inauguration. If I saw more than twice as much money lent out or committed in 76 days than in the previous 15 years, I'd be pretty suspicious of that program as well. So, you know, it dug a big hole. And my goal is to keep it alive and try to have some scale in it. So next generation nuclear, some critical mineral stuff, potentially even geothermal. If there are businesses that can be and will be long-term commercial businesses, but need a little help to get industry started again, and it's credit-worthy borrowers, and there's meaningful equity money behind it, I think there's some good uses for the Loan Program Office, but careful and judicial and nothing like we saw in the last 4 years.
And you answered my follow-up question, and I have quite a number of questions I want to try to get to. The Bioenergy Technologies program is reduced from $275 million to $70 million. Given the importance of sustainable aviation fuel to both our energy independence and aviation sector, what's your strategy for advancing SAP development and deployment, and how will you ensure we don't fall behind other nations in this critical technology?
Yeah, I think that the key area there is the last word you just said there, Representative, technology. We need to keep so what we want to support in the department is technology advancement. Biofuels in general are challenging just because the energy density that arises from the sun is not that high. It takes a lot of land to produce meaningful amounts of energy. But the more we can get that technology better and better, we can increase the energy density and grow the future runway for biofuels. So we want to focus on driving technology forward and less on sort of corporate subsidies to existing technologies.
And then I'm going to ask this question and then submit another one for the record on ARPA-E, and you can address this question in writing to us. But as we work to meet the rising electricity demand and modernize the grid, one cost-effective solution is reconductoring existing transmission and distribution lines with advanced conductors that increase capacity without requiring new rights-of-way. I know I'm running out of time, but if you could address for us in writing how the department is willing to consider or incentivize reconductoring efforts, particularly in ways that enhance system performance and efficiency while keeping electricity reliable and affordable for consumers. I would appreciate that, especially as MISO is my grid, and had the previous administration been listening to grid operators as suggested by the ranking member, we would have been increasing energy production and generation the past 4 years instead of subtracting.
And reconductoring is a
I'm
great
sorry,
solution, so I'm with you.
The gentlelady's time has expired, and the chair now recognizes the